Cattle, cow, wild T animals. Natur SelMckenzie Selzer-McKenzie. Author D. Selzer-McKenzie. Cattle, colloquially cows, are the most common type of large domesticated ungulates. They are a prominent modern member of the subfamily Bovinae, are the most widespread species of the genus Bos, and are most commonly classified collectively as Bos primigenius. Cattle are raised as livestock for meat, beef and veal, as dairy animals for milk and other dairy products, and as draft animals, pulling carts, plows and the like. Other products include leather and dung for manure or fuel. In some countries, such as India, cattle are sacred. It is estimated that there are 1.3 billion cattle in the world today. Left square bracket 1 right square bracket. In 2009, cattle became the first livestock animal to have its genome mapped. Left square bracket 2 right square bracket. Cattle were originally identified by Carl Linnaeus as 3 separate species. These were Bos taurus, the European or taurine cattle, including similar types from Africa and Asia. Bos indicus, the zebra, and the extinct Bos primigenius, the aurochs. The aurochs is ancestral to both zebra and taurine cattle. Recently these 3 have increasingly been grouped as one species, with Bos primigenius taurus, Bos primigenius indicus and Bos primigenius as the subspecies. Left square bracket 3 right square bracket. Complicating the matter is the ability of cattle to interbreed with other closely related species. Hybrid individuals and even breeds exist, not only between taurine cattle and zebra, including the Sanger cattle breeds, Bos taurus africanus, but also between one or both of these and some other members of the genus Bos, yak, called Adzo or Yattle, left square bracket 4 right square bracket, Banteng and Gaur. Hybrids can also occur between taurine cattle and either species of bison, for example, the Beefalo breed, which some authors consider to being the genus Bos as well. Left square bracket 5 right square bracket. The hybrid origin of some types may not be obvious. For example, genetic testing of the dwarf Lulu breed, the only humpless taurine type cattle in Nepal, found them to be a mix of taurine cattle, zebra and yak. Left square bracket 6 right square bracket. Cattle cannot successfully be hybridized with more distantly related bovines such as water buffalo or African buffalo. The aurochs originally ranged throughout Europe, North Africa, and much of Asia. In historical times its range became restricted to Europe, and the last known individual died in Masovia, Poland, in about 1627. Left square bracket 7 right square bracket. Breeders have attempted to recreate cattle of similar appearance to aurochs by crossing traditional types of domesticated cattle, creating the Heck cattle breed. Word origin. Cattle did not originate as the term for bovine animals. It was borrowed from Old French cattel, itself from Latin caput, head, and originally meant mover or personal property, especially livestock of any kind, as opposed to real property, the land, to also include wild or small free-roaming animals such as chickens, which would be sold as part of the land. 8 right square bracket. The word is closely related to chattel, a unit of personal property, and capital, in the economic sense. Left square bracket 9 right square bracket. Left square bracket 10 right square bracket. The term replaced earlier Old English feo, cattle, property, cf. German, v. Gothic, Fehut. The word cow came via Anglo-Saxon c, plural c, from common Indo-European geos, genitive geos, equals, a bovine animal, compare Persian gav, Sanskrit go, Welsh balwch. Left square bracket. Citation needed. Right square bracket. In older English sources such as the King James Version of the Bible, cattle refers to livestock, as opposed to deer, which refers to wildlife, part of the real property. Wild cattle may refer to feral cattle or to undomesticated species of the genus Bos. Today, the modern meaning of cattle, without any other qualifier, is usually restricted to domesticated bovines. Left square bracket citation needed right square bracket. Terminology. Look up cattle or cow in Wiktionary, the Free Dictionary. A Hereford bull. Cattle exhibit at Louisiana State Exhibit Museum in Shreveport. In general, the same words are used in different parts of the world but with minor differences in the definitions. The terminology described here contrasts the differences in definition between the United Kingdom and other British-influenced parts of the world such as Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and the United States. Left square bracket 11 right square bracket. An undacked, i.e., not castrated, adult male is called a bull. A wild, young, unmarked bull is known as a Mickey in Australia. Left square bracket 12 right square bracket an unbranded bovine of either sex is called a maverick in the USA and Canada. An adult female that has had a calf, or two, depending on regional usage, is a cow. A young female before she has had a calf of her own left square bracket 13 right square bracket and is under 3 years of age is called a heifer, pronounced /hfr/heifer. 14 right square bracket a young female that has had only one calf is occasionally called a first calf heifer. Young cattle of both sexes are called calves until they are weaned, then weaners until they are a year old in some areas. In other areas, particularly with male beef cattle, they may be known as feeder calves or simply feeders. After that, they are referred to as yearlings or sturks left square bracket 15 right square bracket if between 1 and 2 years of age. Left square bracket 16 right square bracket. A castrated male is called a steer in the United States. Older steers are often called bullocks in other parts of the world left square bracket 17 right square bracket but in North America this term refers to a young bull. Piker bullocks are Mickey bulls that were caught, castrated and then later lost. Left square bracket 12 right square bracket in Australia, the term, Japanese ox, is used for grain-fed steers in the weight range of 500 to 650 kilograms that are destined for the Japanese meat trade. Left square bracket 18 right square bracket in North America, draft cattle under 4 years old are called working steers. Improper or late castration on a bull results in it becoming a coarse steer known as a stag in Australia, Canada and New Zealand. Left square bracket 19 right square bracket in some countries an incompletely castrated male is known also as a rig. A castrated male, occasionally a female or in some areas a bull, kept for draft purposes is called an ox, plural oxen. Ox may also be used to refer to some carcass products from any adult cattle, such as ox hide, ox blood or ox liver. Left square bracket 14 right square bracket. A springer is a cow or heifer close to calving. Left square bracket 20 right square bracket. In all cattle species, a female that is the twin of a bull usually becomes an infertile partial intersex, and is a free martin. Neat, horned oxen, from which neat's foot oil is derived, beef, young ox, and beefing, young animal fit for slaughtering, are obsolete terms, although polled, polled or polled cattle are still terms in use for naturally hornless animals, or in some areas also for those that have been disbudded. Cattle raised for human consumption are called beef cattle. Within the beef cattle industry in parts of the United States, the older term beef, plural beeves, is still used to refer to an animal of either gender. Some Australian, Canadian, New Zealand and British people use the term beast,